I'm gonna take a look at it, U.S. Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump told ABC this week. But you know, the people of Crimea, from what I've heard, would rather be with Russia than where they were. And you have to look at that also. Where does this anti-Ukrainian and pro-Russian rhetoric of Donald Trump come from? American experts say his advisor Paul Manafort is behind it, the one who used to work with ousted Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych. The name Manafort is well known among Washington lobbyists and experts. He consulted many presidents, including Gerald Ford, Ronald Reagan and George Bush the Elder. Ukrainians know him as an advisor to the ousted President Viktor Yanukovych and his party of regents. Manafort conducted 2 parliamentary and 1 presidential campaign for them. The advisor joined Trump's camp in spring. The effect quickly became obvious. Republicans rewrote their political platform, and Kyiv will not obtain the U.S. military aid if Trump wins.
Whatever it was, the fact that there had been language originally in there about lethal military assistance, the fact that it was taken out is not a good sign for those who support providing such assistance to Ukraine. It's not a good sign for Ukraine. I think there are other reasons for Ukraine to be concerned about the Trump campaign because of Paul Manafort's experience, having worked for Viktor Yanukovych, Carter Page and his connections to Gazprom, and his recent remarks during a visit to Moscow criticizing the United States.
The ambassador of Ukraine to the U.S., Valery Charlie, is not concerned with the situation. He discussed it with a prominent Republican ideologist. Charlie says the turnaround could even be for the better.
I think it is much better for us that this situation exists than it does not. Now we have an open, very serious discussion. The candidates' headquarters show their interest, and many Republicans discuss the issue. Many people already voiced their opinions against this position. I think the story will be continued.
Democrats still do not demonstrate a firm position on the Ukrainian issue. Experts say Ukraine could benefit from personal dislike between Hillary Clinton and Vladimir Putin. Both Democratic and Republican experts agree. Hillary Clinton is the only one who could hold the sanctions against Russia in winter.
If Russian aggression continues against Ukraine, then you could see a change in U.S. policy in providing lethal military assistance to Ukraine. I think Clinton has been more critical and more assertive, going back to even when she was Secretary of State. I don't think there's reason to think that she would be soft on Russia. I think she would be quite supportive of Ukraine. It would be a change to provide lethal military assistance to Ukraine, but I wouldn't rule it out in the Clinton administration. I do think that while some people assume that a Clinton presidency would be a continuation of Obama, I think in certain respects it would be a toughening of some of the issues that Obama has chosen not to weigh in.
She has already laid out some significant pillars and tenets of her approach on many of these key issues, including in her approach to Russia. And the way in which she has brought together the international community in the past, certainly on economic sanctions, which ultimately helped lead to the JCPOA in Iran. Minus the specifics of the Ukraine example, I've seen that repeated many times ineffectively.
The political debates look like a battle of promises and views to many Americans. However, for Ukraine, it is a different story. If the Republican candidate wins, Kyiv will have to confront Russia on its own. The Democratic candidate's victory means political and military support for Ukraine.